The still yet to be announced Ioniq 7 electric SUV that I've been talking about for nearly a year now is apparently getting a name change. Well, the Korean car blog is reporting that. We've also got a date when it's going to be officially revealed by Hyundai. So if you want to find out these details, then stay tuned. With winter in full swing, now is the best time to purchase some all-weather floor mats from today's sponsor, Ioniq. Ioniq is a Maryland-based company selling high-quality, laser-measured floor mats at a great price. They're made from TPE, which is a mixture of rubber and plastic, so they offer traction and flexibility as well as strength when you need to remove them, so you're not going to dump their contents all over your floor. If you've ever owned floor mats from, say, WeatherTech, then you know those are made from a much harder material that tends to warp over time. Not with Ioniq. They also feature a simple and classy looking pattern with a lip around the entire footwell so liquids won't spread around and get on your carpeting. I've been using their front and rear floor mats as well as trunk and rear seat liners for over a year now, and they've held up admirably. So these floor mats have gotten the Ioniq Guy seal of approval, and when anybody asks which floor mats to buy, I always recommend Ioniq. Available on their website or Amazon through the links in the description. Hey everybody, it's the Ioniq Guy. If this is your first time on the channel, welcome. My name is Corbin. I cover all things Hyundai, Kia, Genesis, EV related. So if you're not familiar with the Ioniq 7, it is Hyundai's upcoming all-electric SUV. It's going to be the sister car to the already released Kia EV9. The EV9 has a big 100 kilowatt hour battery pack, 3 rows, it's very spacious. People are ranting and raving about it. So the Ioniq 7, we've seen tons of leaks. I've shared these photos and videos of you guys. There's videos on YouTube of it driving with a bunch of camouflage on, and it's shaping up to be a very attractive looking SUV in my opinion. We saw the concept car a couple years ago, and I have been a really big fan of it ever since I saw it. So the Kia EV9 came out at the end of November, beginning of December of 2023. So it's already been on the market for going on 3 months now. And the launch has not been without its problems. There's the typical 12-volt battery drain that's causing dead EV9s. They released a software update the other day to address the wireless charging pad that might have been drawing too much power from the 12-volt battery when the car is off. I haven't looked into it too deeply because many of you don't own EV9, so I don't really know for sure. But this fix came to the Kia EV9 via a remote software update, so it's nice to see that these remote software updates are actually starting to take place on Hyundai Kia products. So the concept car that was actually called 7 was rumored to just continue to be called the Ioniq 7 when it did go on sale. But a new report from the Korean car blog suggests otherwise. They've heard reports from internally at Hyundai that the car is now going to be referred to as the Ioniq 9. And in my eyes, I think this is the smart move to make, unless they're planning to do a very large electric SUV like, I don't know, a Chevy Suburban size vehicle, but we haven't really heard anything in regard to something like that. So it sounds like this car is going to be their flagship SUV, the biggest SUV they make. So if they're putting out a car that's the top of their product line, then yeah, I guess it should probably be called 9 versus 7. And kind of what that tells me is that they are planning something in between the Ioniq 5 and the Ioniq 9, because that is a very big gap in terms of size. The Ioniq 5 is really a slightly bigger hatchback, a small crossover SUV. I mean, it has a very long 3-meter wheelbase, so it gives the interior a ton of space, but height-wise, it's just not even close to what the EV9 or the Ioniq 9 are going to be. So there's plenty of room in their lineup for a slightly bigger SUV compared to the Ioniq 5, and it will likely be called the Ioniq 7. And the reason I say that is because we already have the Ioniq 6 sedan, so one would assume that they would save the next space, the Ioniq 8, for an even bigger sedan or station wagon or something, I don't know. But either way, they're starting to fill up this lineup, and I'm really interested to see what's going to come at the lower scale of those numbers. What's the Ioniq 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 gonna look like? There is just so much competition in the EV sector now that they really got to start getting these lower priced EVs on the market real soon. Cars like the Volvo EX30, which is a roughly $30,000 all-electric small crossover from Volvo, is really going to shake up the low end of the small EV market. On paper, it sounds like it is a better EV versus the Kona Electric, but I will hold judgment until I actually get to drive an EX30. I really do like the new Kona Electric, but I do wish that they would bring it into the Ioniq lineup, and hopefully there's a replacement for the Kona Electric in the Ioniq lineup at some point. But how this is going to directly compare to the Kia EV lineup is not really clear here. They might be calling their large SUV the Ioniq 9 the same as Kia calls theirs the EV9, but the EV6 already exists, and the Ioniq 5 already exists. So that nomenclature just already kind of doesn't line up. It would make more sense if Kia called the EV6 the EV5, but the EV5 already exists and is currently on sale in China with a starting price in the low $20,000 range. And Kia's already said that they're not bringing it to the United States. That car, the EV5, will be coming to Canada. Very jealous because I think that is a great sized car. It's more of like a traditional small crossover SUV, a little more upright than the EV6. The EV6 is basically a slightly lifted hatchback, let's be perfectly honest. So beyond all this naming drama, we are also finding out through the Korean car blog that Hyundai does plan to finally reveal the production version of the Ioniq 9 at the Busan Motor Show at the end of June of this year. Hyundai, I know you're not really talking to me right now, but I would really love to come to Korea and check out the Ioniq 9. Wink, wink. My birthday's also at the end of June, so that'd be a really cool birthday gift. But anyway, let me know what you guys think down below. I am very excited about it. I really like the look of the EV9. I'm really interested to see what the final version of the Ioniq 9 is gonna look like. So anyway, guys, if you liked today's video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already done so. Check out my store for all sorts of cool accessories for Ioniq 5, EV6, GV60, and Ioniq 6. I'm now selling the auto door lock module with a connector that utilizes the trailer lighting harness that comes from the factory for Ioniq 5 and Kia EV6. So no more splicing and tapping into the factory wiring harnesses under the seats. You can simply go in your trunk, plug it in, and boom, you're good to go. As always, I will see you guys in the next one. Take care, everybody. Are you a new or existing owner of a Hyundai Ioniq 5? Then check out my store because I got a bunch of cool new stuff to show you. So obviously you got the OG magnetic eyewear holder, but I've also got a new magnet shaped like the Ioniq 5 wheel. Do you like big 40-ounce water bottles or tiny little cans? Well, I've got both. This one shrinks your cup holder, while this one enlarges it. I've also got some for the rear seat. I've also got a keychain that resembles the charging indicator in the charge port, and if you don't even want to see this charge port indicator when you're charging at night, you can go ahead and cover it up with this little guy. These LEDs flash very bright at night, so you might not want people coming over and looking at them, and when you're done, thanks to these two little nubs, you can go ahead and store it right in your charge port. I design and 3D print these all myself, and every single sale goes towards the channel and helping me grow it a little bit more. So you can purchase any of these products from the links in the descriptions. If you're international, please use my Etsy store. If you're in the US, you can go to my website, ioniqguy.com. You can also purchase them right here without leaving YouTube from the store on my channel page. And if you have any custom requests, shoot me a message because I'm always open to trying something new. So I appreciate you checking them out, and I hope you like them.